All right, welcome to Pick Central, our daily gambling show and everything else here on Barstool. I am Brandon Walker, flanked as always by Ben Mintz to my right. I've got Big Ev to my left. Marty Mush had some oblos this morning, had something he had to take care of, so he'll be back. But we have a couple of guests, throwback to the original Pick Central. So first of all, to my left, I will introduce in the seat that Rico's been occupying because he abandoned the other seat that you sat in. It is the returning Jeff Nadeau, the big man on campus. What's up, Jeff?
Good to see you guys. The big dogs come to play today. Puppies, balloon boys, they stay at home. We let the big boys handle the Friday before football.
All right, so first of all, this is the Friday before football.
Yes.
Tomorrow is college football season. That's
Correct.
when, football season is go time around here. So everybody showed up. To my right before he gets on a plane to go to Charleston, West Virginia for Rough and Rowdy 15 tonight with Lights Out Bobby Lang, Adam Pac-Man Jones fighting in the main event. It's Dave. Dave's here. Presidente.
Well, thanks for having me on, and I like to contribute as much as I can. I had to be in the office because I had to get the promotion right for the fight. Then we're going to the Jake Paul fight. We got a ton of shit to do for that. Just a lot going on, and then I caught wind that we had somebody who was missing today, and I'll just come right out and say it. It's like, well, Rico's not going to be on the show. I'm going to invite Nadeau, which I've said when he's not there, that's what he gives up the spot. And the question I asked you, Brandon, was how many days has Rico been on the show this week? And to which you answered twice.
He has been here twice. He was here Monday and Wednesday. His usual deal is Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
That's not his usual deal. According to him, his deal is 3 times a week. He thinks he can shuffle those days, but he says guaranteed 3 days a week, which I found interesting that I was going to skip today because I don't know if you saw the Pick'em show, but he's negotiating for a new contract. He's saying he wants 2x what he was making up there. And then the first episode that comes after this contract negotiation, he skips. So I don't know the reason. Mincy, those eyes are wild. I've never been on a show with you, but they were going every which way.
It'll get distracting.
What does he? What do we know why he's not here? And if he's not here, shouldn't he have been here on one of the other days, according to him, so it doesn't go the week before football, week 0, we did a show. Why? I cannot believe that he's not here. And I talked to Nadeau a little bit before, and I'm like, Jeff, you're a guy who's 2 steps forward, 2 steps back to me. It's like you came in, I thought you had that great show, then you don't come in the next day. To me, it's like, what are you doing? And I know he went home. It's far. I use the Za example. Za used to travel like 13 hours a day. It's like we've had these examples with Jeff where it's like we had a contract ready. This is pre-dispute. Contract ready for you. Got to the 1-yard line. He declined. Put it all back together again, signed, then he quit because of all the back and forth. And then how do you not come in that next day when you ask? He goes backwards. Rico edges ahead a little bit. It's like Rico's starting to get, we have a great Pick'em show. He wants more. I'm saying, I own you. He's like, yup, I'm in. And then he doesn't show up. It's like this is a race that 2 guys don't want to win. Why isn't Rico here? So this is a great moment for Nadeau.
He's here.
He's right back in the mix, and nobody is to blame except where is Rico?
I don't know. So this is how it works. Usually on Sunday night, he will text me when his 3 days are going to be that week. And it's usually initials, MWF, MTT, something like that.
I follow those. I understand. T is for Tuesday.
Correct.
And the second T would be Thursday. W would be a Wednesday.
Correct.
F
this
Friday.
week I got MW. That's all I got. And I was like, well, you should probably be here 3 days. And he said, got something I can't get out of. So I said, okay. But then that was Sunday, and then he did the show with you where you guys talked about all the ZD and everything. And I'm thinking, first day of college football, maybe.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
He is unbelievable.
Same old Rico.
Same old Rico. Same old Rico. By the way, just so people know Oblos, I was in Wildwood in 3.5, 4 hours in Jersey all day. Ask Spider, it was so hot we almost had heat stroke. It was that hot. I think I did 9 pizza reviews yesterday. I have an empty house in Montauk right now. Empty. I'm flying to West Virginia. I'm going to be on the call for Rough and Rowdy tonight. Then me and Dan get on a plane, do walkthroughs all Saturday. Then we're on the call for Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley on Sunday. I got to come home. Paul's asking me. I'd love to go to the funeral of Jimmy Hayes. It's Monday. I have a board meeting at 12. I'm going to make all of these things, all of them, I'm not going to miss one of them. So, Rico, I don't...
You're also not asking for more money. You're not currently asking for more money. Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I probably, I'm doing it so the people here get money. But Rico, I'm sure he's not going to hear it. He doesn't have rabbit ears or something. I've never been more disappointed in less trust in him. Why would I ever give him more of anything? Because he has consistent, unlimited oblo. Dude, we just had this meeting about Sauce, Ziti, I'll be there. In the next day, you don't do your very basic thing we had an issue with before, 3 days a week. Brandon, I said it should be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. When you said he's not here, I go, I assume he's like, well, he must have done the 3. To do a 2-day, Nadu's right back in the race. I don't know what's going to happen, but this is a door. This is 2 guys that I don't know. It's almost like...
it's like the tortoise and the tortoise.
Finish line that just keeps moving and they keep running and no one can break the tape.
Yeah.
I mean,
For the record, there were some logistic things.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Jesus Christ.
Here you go. Don't make an excuse.
No, I'm here.
Go forward. Go
How
forward.
many hours did it take you to get here every morning?
Hey, I'm here.
No, I want Zod to answer that.
It was like 2.5 each way.
Every single
morning.
day.
4 a.m.
There's no excuse. I hear you.
Right.
What do you mean as a logistical issue? Like you had to
Move
catch
forward.
the train? I can't take it.
Moving forward.
All right. So he's here today.
I'm here today.
He's here today, and he's back in the race. It's a race now, right?
Well, the thing is, Rico threatens, I'm going to quit. I'm going to quit if I do. Rico, I can't hold your hand. I've been so nice to that guy and given him every break. How is he not here? What does that mean?
I don't know.
You had all week?
I don't know. I don't know.
And by the way, I get it. He probably doesn't think I know. He's probably going to be mad at you because he's probably like, well,
yeah, he'll
why'd
be mad
you
at me.
Yeah, but that's our job. You have a contract. You can't negotiate. I hear him and he's like, well, is there money on the I'd rather give it to people who are here and can do the job.
Well, and in my defense, well, it's not even my defense because I'll do it anyway, but you told me, hey, let me know when Rico's not there.
Yes.
We can get Jeff Nadeau in there.
100%.
And that way we see where the race is. So I did that. I knew Rico wasn't coming, so I had to report to you and say, hey, listen, we got a show tomorrow, and I don't know if I got Rico.
The timing of him not showing up to do his 3 days after, what's the sauce and what's the ziti and oblos? It's like I literally say on that show, you oblo me to death.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I don't. I don't do ob. And then the next day, oblo. It's just sad, and I don't know what to do with him.
Well, when are we going to hold his feet to the fire here?
It's a great question.
How long are we going to keep this straight up?
He is talented. For
Very
what
talented.
We do. But he's not going to get more. He wants more and more and more. He's not getting anything more. Nothing more.
Listen, the man has a right to earn a living. I'll never take that from him. That might be a question of whether he would do that to me.
I don't think that's a question, Joe.
Well,
he's been. That's him. He squeezes people out, and there's no doubt, and he hates you, and he has all these things, and then, but he starts getting on thin ice with me. But I said on thing, he's talented, he helps, and he's been here for 19 presidencies, and the pick and pod's great. And he's going to be fired up about this, which will be great content, but it's his fault. He thinks I'm being like some manipulative, like unfair to him. He's the worst employee we've ever had.
Really?
Yeah. Who's still here that long.
Okay.
Doing things like we've had other employees who suck, but somebody who blatantly will continue to disobey and just continue to do the exact opposite of what I ask him to do and then act like he's the victim. Insane.
Yes. All right, well, let me ask you this because he's right there. You guys, Jeff Nadeau did walk into your office and the door closed for a couple minutes before the show.
Yeah, and I regret doing that. But what we talked about, I looked at him, I said, I don't know what to do with you either, Nadeau, because it's like you had that great first episode, I thought, great. The numbers speak for themselves. We'll see. We'll see what this episode does. The only thing that's changing is Nadeau. Rico's out, Nadeau's in. I believe Nadeau's last episode was one of the most watched Pick Centrals.
Far and away.
So we'll see. All things being equal, the only thing that's changed is Rico's out and Nadeau's in. So the numbers will speak for themselves. I have no idea what they'll be. But I said,
how about this? Can we do something else? Maybe I'll get Pick'em next week. We see how the numbers do there.
Wow, that's really coming into the guy's kitchen.
I'll put this up right
there.
now and say that the numbers wouldn't change much if it were him or me. It's just that simple. I know more about the sport than he does.
It's an interesting thought.
That's a high and inside fastball right there.
That's an interesting thought.
We killed two birds with one stone.
I'm going to have to
Or better one yet.
Is there any way to get Dan on the phone right now? Can we?
Yeah, can we get Dan? We got the phone
I'd
lines
like to throw this by him.
Better yet, get him in here and we both eat.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think that's an option, though.
Why?
He
How long are we going to do this same
this
song and dance?
I mean, he's going to do it forever. He's a crazy person. You're crazy. Everyone's
Then approach
crazy.
me like a
I'm
man.
surrounded by crazy people.
I hear
It's
you.
just walking around with, what are they, like, crazy birds?
Crazy birds?
Well, I'll tell you this.
You talking about Angry Birds?
Just no crazy.
Okay.
Dude, I'd love to get Dan. I mean, it's an interesting
Let's
thing.
get him.
We got the guys trying to get Dan on the phone back there. I'll pull up the phone lines right here.
I know people are going to say these shorts are right on. I'm sorry. It's hot. I don't have
look
shorts.
fine.
Who cares?
Yeah, I'd love to know what Dan's thoughts. It's an interesting question as punishment to Rico. And sometimes you got to show a guy his place. Sometimes you got to really open the shades and let the sunlight in and be like, I said to him before, I think Pick'em could be successful with or without Rico. I do. Now, he's great. He adds that chemistry, but
I mean, let's be honest. You and Dan are two of the biggest guys in the company.
That's what I tried to say.
It is what it is. I mean, I know if I were on there, it would still be driven by you and Dan.
It's a successful show, and all I ask Rico is for him. He comes in, it's in my contract. You don't honor your own contract.
I don't know why he's not here. He never tells me when he sends me the message. He never tells me this is why I'm not going to be here. And I don't think it's
disgusting.
I don't think it's my job to ask either. So I don't ask.
People tell me when they said they're like, but they phrase it family emergency that I don't pry or hey, I'm going to a widespread Panic concert, or I got to eat jambalaya and take a picture with my thumbs up, or there's a pretty girl walking down the street.
Are you having a fucking seizure?
I asked for it,
Man.
Like, hey, I just got hired. I'm going on vacation. Look at me. I go on vacations. Like,
He was only gone for 2 months.
yeah, true.
Done better since then.
It's shocking that he's not here. The timing that he has,
Shameful shit.
it's shameful.
Are we attempting to get Dan on the phone back there?
He didn't pick up. I left him a message.
It's shameful.
All right.
Let me text
Yeah,
him.
text him and see if we can
gotta
get him on the phone.
Talk about oblos. Fucking, I got oblos. I got a flight I got to catch. Let me text him.
Yeah, we got
quick.
2 fights to call. We got a fight to call tonight. Then you got an appearance on Showtime on Sunday.
It's nonstop. Let me see.
Rough and Rowdy 15, by the way, by rnr.com is tonight. You
Best
got,
card.
It's an incredible card.
Best card we've ever
I think
had.
it's the best as far as a pure fight main event we've had for sure.
Even your question when we're off the air, like, what do you think is going to happen in Bobby Lang, Pac-Man? Those are the questions you want. Like, you weren't saying that to put it as, like, legitimately an interesting
yes.
fight.
It's because Pac-Man, I mean, we've all seen the videos, right? This guy can throw hands.
Yep.
And Bobby Lang's knocked out, or not knocked out, but he's absolutely beaten down everybody that he has faced. And then on the undercard, you got Chef Donnie against this absolutely jacked guy. QCP, I didn't realize he was this big.
He's cut up for sure.
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy.
Donnie
And then
looks like he'd take a lot of punches.
I think that's Donnie's strategy.
I think
The Dotron. He's tough dude.
I don't think he's going to go down. You're going to have to cut
Donnie's
his leg
entire strategy. He came on the yak the other day and he said, that guy is big. That guy might hit me hard. I am absolutely crazy and he will have to kill me.
Donnie
So-
is crazy.
right.
He's absolutely crazy. So he's got that edge. I mean, if you're going into a fight, you want to be somebody that just doesn't care if you get hit.
Exactly.
I can't do that. I care deeply if I get hit.
I just texted Dan, question, Rico skipped Pick Central today. Nadu is in. He thinks you should get to do Pick'em Pod once. It's an interesting thought. We'll see what he says.
All right. Well, I know Dan's probably getting ready to get on the flight.
Hey,
to go
we
to
all
West
got
Virginia.
all blows.
Yeah.
We all, and I have no problem, Rico, if you want to stay like kind of like at your level. But he comes, he just wants more sauce. He's a guy who I truly believe you always see if you're like in the desert and there's one little cantina of water.
Right.
And there's like 20 guys, and Rico gets the cantina first. He's just drinking.
He's
it all.
drinking that whole fucking thing.
The whole thing, and then just truly stunned and shocked. Like, oh, you guys wanted some of that water?
So
Miko Bosco.
What about this guy right here? Because this guy did quit, right? He had the opportunity.
Yeah,
to
and a
quit.
lot of people don't know he quit, but he also turned down a contract before he
Right.
quit.
So that's 2 things.
Correct.
But now, he's
And that's I said that to him. I go, I don't owe you anything. Like you haven't been treated unfairly by me.
But you don't think he owes you anything, right?
No.
no, he
Okay.
said he didn't.
And you have built, got the sit down thing going on,
got a
right?
lot of-
You got
yeah.
some things, and you're still
I'm in a
interested.
different headspace.
And when you do come here, your gambling information is pretty fucking good.
He also did admit, he's like, yeah, in hindsight, I was like, I probably should have come that next day.
Yeah. Well, he I don't know if you apologized to me, but you definitely said, yeah, I should have come.
I should have. You know,
This is where it goes down slippery.
No, I'm not gonna.
Just be careful.
I'm not gonna say nothing.
It's like Mario going down into the castle.
I should have came. I understand. I got to put some work in. I understand that.
Well, it's just a gigantic opportunity.
I know.
And until you get that signed paper, you know, you got to do whatever you got to do. I was
am
lucky.
truly in
I
a
was
different
able to.
headspace. I mean that.
You mean
lost
from
all
like
the-
when you didn't come like a couple weeks ago, or
listen? I'm not gonna make excuses. We're moving on.
Okay.
You know, I've been here. I was here last week. I'm here this week.
So let's say he does say, yeah, you can be on Pick'em once. What do you bring to the table there?
Come on, man.
I'm asking you.
I mean, this group knows what I'm capable of doing on there. We'll have some fun. Don't worry. I'll bring the picks. I'll bring the energy. I don't want. I just sit here.
it's a question that is being bantied
Well, you know
about
what I'd like to
only
talk-
because Bosco has no-showed.
What's your
Oh, look,
face?
there he is.
guy.
Get him in here. Get him in here. See if
Get
he
him
can.
in here.
He'll make excuses for it,
Here
though.
comes the pick'em.
He'll make excuses.
Yeah,
here.
no, here comes the pick'em producer.
We got a question for you.
I don't know if you've heard.
He won't do it. He'll make
He has a
excuses.
smirk because he knows that Bosco is wrong again. Like, what is going on here? Rico, you heard him ask, I want more sauce, I want more. He's just a no-show today.
He was here this week, right?
Twice.
Three days a week. He's supposed to be here 3 days a week. That's what he's like. I'm 3 every time. I do my contract. I won't have his whole Oblos speech. What did he say today?
Well, let me ask you a question.
I have Oblos.
So he worked 2 days in the office this week. Yesterday, it looked like he was out at the Barstool Classic playing golf. You counting that as a day?
No, I am not.
I bet you he is.
No chance am I counting that.
Well, I bet you-
Classic's a big thing.
Yeah,
that's a
like,
very
oh
important,
yeah,
that's
he
a
goes
very
out and
important
golfs.
thing for this company.
Yeah, right. Well, he said he had Oblos.
He said he had Oblos today. He said he couldn't get out of something. I don't
He
know
was
what
at the
it is.
Classic.
Give
I'm saying
me
today.
a break.
Is Rough and Rowdy Rough and Rowdy's an event? The Classic's an event.
Excuse City as usual.
Okay, but here's
This
what we're
is
talking about.
disgusting,
Here's what we're
but not
talking about.
surprising.
What's the difference?
What do you
You're
mean, what's
always-
it? Nobody cares if Rico goes to the Classic.
Hey,
That's
can I
what.
ask you a question? When are you going to hold him accountable for his
Good
behavior?
question.
I'm not his-
Good question.
I'm not his mother.
Good question. Maybe you should be.
But
Maybe
you're
you
his
should
friend.
be.
You're his boss. I'm not the one that's.
Yeah, and I
fucking-
let it.
I'm just-
And you're right. I've let him get away with murder, and it's getting to the point. The only way it changes is to punish him severely.
What would that look like?
Maybe a pay cut.
Oh.
He's asking for more. That's going the Dante way. I mean, he comes in, he asks for more. I won't have Oblos. I can do that. And then the next day, you have an Oblo, and you miss one of your key requirements here.
After being at the Classic, though.
Classic. No one cares if he's at
Also,
the
the
Classic.
Classic was in Jersey. Like he was in Wildwood yesterday doing pizza.
Nobody.
The Classic was an hour away.
I was at the Classic.
Oh, wow.
Exactly. Nobody cares that he was at the class. He did that because he wanted to go.
I'm sure Riggs asked him probably.
Yeah,
was like, it would be
out
mean a
of
lot
here.
to me if you came to the
right.
Classic.
I guarantee
Rico
you.
was probably like, I have to go and do Pick Central, and Riggs was like, please come to the
guarantee
Classic.
Nobody
that's what I
cared
heard.
at all if Rico was at the Classic.
I bet Riggs did, Commissioner Riggs.
Right.
All right, so question, Hank. So Nadu threw this out there.
Which I think is a fair thing.
He threw this out there that, hey, we don't know what the numbers would be because Dan and Dave are on Pick'em, right? And we don't know what the numbers would be if Rico wasn't on there. So he said, why don't you let me do a Pick'em with Dan and Dave and see what the numbers do? What was that face?
I think that is a very fair thing.
Count me out.
What do you mean count you out?
I will not be
Why?
involved with that.
Why? You're a company man. That's your job.
Yeah, and
He's right.
Yeah, I've been here long enough to know that would be a worse show, and you do too.
No, I don't. Listen, I
Yeah,
said
but
this
what
earlier.
about if
I said this earlier.
Hey, let me ask you. What if I wasn't involved with anything? Would it be as good a show?
Yeah.
Would
It was a good show for fucking 7 years
let
before
me
you
a-
existed,
no,
big
no,
boy.
No, let me ask
Big
you.
man.
now
He's not
you're-
talking
I'm
about
about 120 pounds.
Yeah.
Isn't that your
120.
name?
Big man.
Oh, sorry.
Let me ask you this.
You're the
Big
boy,
man on
not me.
campus.
You're the boy.
BMOC, the show. Let me ask you this. There's been Rico's been doing this show. The most watched show was the first time he was on. I don't know what the numbers will be on this show. Rico's gone, Nadu's in. Let's check the numbers. Numbers don't lie. The only thing that's changing is Nadu is coming on and
I'm not
Rico's
trying
not
to take
here.
anybody's spot.
I'm sure if you tweeted Pick Central every
I
single
haven't
day,
tweeted.
He has not tweeted.
You and Dan, you retweeted it. That's a fact.
The first time he
You
did not.
retweeted Pick
He
Central.
did not
I did
retweet
not.
it the
Yes,
first
I
time.
haven't mentioned it.
Nobody knew he was going to be on.
I haven't
Big
mentioned
Cat
it.
did too.
He didn't know he was
I
going
didn't
to
know
be
it was
on.
going on. I haven't
Did you
mentioned
know
it.
he was going to be on?
I haven't mentioned it.
That
Oh,
day.
yeah.
Yes,
that
you
day?
did.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No,
what
you
about
did.
what about
We
this
didn't know.
episode?
And
You
then
retweeted it.
This episode?
Yes.
Oh, then there must be people behind. They always then do it. I didn't do it.
Oh yeah.
I don't run my
Convenient.
socials.
Oh, all right. That's a good excuse for
That's
whenever
not
you do
excuse.
something.
That
that you
actually
don't
is a
need
good
to do.
excuse.
Yeah, I had no idea. That's why I'm like, how would I do it? I
So-
probably retweet it all the time.
Exactly. No, you don't.
Well, no, you definitely don't do
I
that.
probably do.
No, you absolutely don't.
I definitely do. We'll check the numbers.
Hank, why are you so mad at Nadu? He didn't do anything to you.
I'm not. Who said I was mad?
Never mind do anything. He saved it that we have no show.
He's been talking subversive forever.
He's a subversive talker because
what he does.
he's afraid of Rico. He's afraid of Rico.
The dude does this thing where he talks shit online and then DMs me. He's like,
I'm not
so
talking shit
sorry.
online.
I appreciate everything you do.
Because you made
I'm
good.
Like, and then I
you
go,
made good.
it's all good, dude. And then all of a sudden I go on his Periscope and he's like, fucking Hank's a piece of shit. Like,
wait.
We haven't a Periscope. It's 8 months.
Time out. You're saying that he what he says on the shows and then he goes into private DMs and DMs people different stuff and like things like that not always the same. Is
whose side are you on, Dave?
I'm asking.
Are you a rider or what?
Well, you know I'm a rider.
That's confusing.
That's insulting.
It's very confusing.
Yeah, it is confusing. Because at some point, it's like a parent loves their kid. You have to show tough love. He argued for more money, more everything, more sauce, more ziti. I won't have oblos. Next day, oblo. It's crazy.
That's the truth.
He was here 2 days and then was
Just
at a
like when
Barstool
he-
event.
his agreement is 3 days.
No. As he says in his contract, he doesn't talk about anything else. His contract is what? 3 days of Pick Central and Pick and Bob. That's what he says his contract is. He doesn't say classic or switching and so he says. And then when I said it had to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, he said no. He said it's 3 days. I can organize them however I want.
This week he was in Monday.
And
he-
now
he was
he's
in
letting
Wednesday.
Hank just get blunging because he's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, you're taking the bullets here.
That's fine. I mean, I'm a rider, unlike some people in this room, and I'm happy to do that.
Do you ever
I'm
think-
definitely not.
Okay, response
You're
from
right.
here's the response from Big Cat.
Here we go.
I asked, question, Rico skipped Pick Central today. Nadu is in. He thinks he should get to do Pick and Pod once. It's interesting thought. Big Cat, I don't hate the idea. I mean, if Rico is as valuable as he says the numbers on
Exactly.
a Nadu Pick'em, a Nadu Pick'em would tank, right? There's only one way to.
Big Cat's on. We got him. Okay,
got him?
Let me get him right here. Hey, Dan, what's
guys.
up?
So
Hey, I just wanted to say I'm a rider just before Dave, whatever you want to say.
no, same. Everything we say is rider. Now, Dan, I don't know if you know this, but after that whole speech he gave Rico about want more sauce, more ziti, how he won't have any oblos, he skipped Pick Central today, which I go, Brandon, how many times has he done it this week? He guarantees 3. He says he's done 2. So he right off the
Keep in mind who's at the Classic yesterday.
the first,
Keep that in mind.
which is
Factor that in.
irrelevant. The first oblo that he had post talking about wanting more money and he'll do everything, he skipped it.
Oh no, and listen, you guys know that Friday's a pillar day.
It's
College football starts tomorrow.
College football, fights, everything.
Oh, we're pushing rough and rowdy. Oh, this is hurtful.
It's terrible.
I feel betrayed as Rico's agent because I'm trying to get him more ziti, and he's out there, at the tee box smoking a cigar, being like, "I'm fine." The boss man's going to give me more ziti. I don't know if we have the ziti yet.
Well, I can't give him ziti. I can't even think about the ziti or the sauce at this point. And I think Nadu brings up a fair point. He's like, the numbers. Listen, I don't know what the numbers
get
will
egg
be.
noodles and ketchup. At this
Correct.
point.
I don't even know.
You don't even work here.
I don't. Well,
Right,
that
he's
may be changing, Hank.
He's an invited guest.
Hank, this is a race
And
to
look
the
who's
bottom
here
with
today.
these two guys.
It really is.
Look who's here today.
It's a moving finish line that neither of them can bring the tape because they can't get out of each other's way. I'm talking Rico, maybe he's turned a corner and then he disappears. In this episode, the last time Nadu was on, it had smashing numbers. I'm curious to see what this episode will do.
They're pretty big.
Okay.
They're pretty big.
Rico, Hank, I have a question for you. Sorry, I thought Rico was there. Then
I don't know where Rico
That was
is.
my mind. If I go on
Yeah,
Twitter,
I don't know
that's
where
going to be like, oh, going on Pick Central YouTube link.
What?
Do you not? You
What?
guys
What'd you
don't.
say?
I mean, I know you're just like kissing up to the
What'd
boss,
you
but like
say?
it is true. Like they don't promote it at all unless they're doing it out of spite.
I
Fact or
haven't
fiction,
promoted this
Brandon?
show at all.
I didn't even know. I didn't know it was got promoted. My guys, when I do something, that's what they do. It doesn't matter what it is.
They got jobs to do. They got to be out here. They got to be in Cleveland. They got to be in West Virginia. When they show up, it's a bonus.
I'm getting ready to get
I
on a
haven't
plane.
retweeted anything. Same. I'm packing. I'm running around packing in my house. I didn't even know this show was going on
All
right
right.
now. I thought Brandon canceled this show too.
Shut up, Dan. All right, Dan. What were you going to ask? What were you going to ask Hank?
I was going to ask Hank. Hank, do you think? Like, we're both riders, right? Like, I'm
a rider.
I
I
actually
am definitely a rider.
I am.
I'm a rider.
Do you think Rico not going in today, after we talked about the ZD and the sauce, is a bad look?
if he wasn't at the Classic yesterday, I'd
Get
probably
outta
say
here.
yes.
Zab was
Get
at the
outta
Classic.
here.
Oh, hey!
But
Sucking up. You're sucking up to Rico.
it's disgusting.
That's all he ever does.
Disgusting, and it's all he ever does to do. It's disgusting. And I'm gonna tell you this: I guarantee you, Rico wanted to do that. That's like, I want to play in this golf. It's a free round.
No, Riggs-
that's how he looked at it. It's a free round.
Yeah,
of
free
golf.
golf.
Go to the Classic. I would love to go play golf. I don't have enough time in my day to go play
I
golf.
bet it was a
But I'm
nice
sure
course.
if Riggs texted you was like, please, dude, it would mean the
You
world
think
to me.
that I
Yes.
would have rather? I'm getting ready for this Kepka thing. You don't think I would rather play a round of golf for free than be in Wildwood eating 19 pizza places? Get out of here! But Rico only
Wait.
does what he wants to do when it's fun to do. Rico, that's disgusting. He's getting no more sauce, no more ziti, nothing.
Hey, Hank, are you saying that Riggs specifically texted Rico and said, "I need you at the Classic"?
I think so.
No chance.
No.
way.
Do you have any evidence of that
You know what?
whatsoever?
You know what?
Yes,
If you can
intuition.
If you can prove that, I will stand down and I'll say that, you know what, you're right. Rico's a company man that he needed to be at the Classic and play golf.
So let's
If
ask
you
Riggs.
can prove that,
get him on the
I will
phone.
do it.
He'll just lie.
Yeah,
He's a writer.
let's try to get Rico on the phone.
Not Rico.
Got him?
You want Rico?
No, I sent you a message.
Oh, Zab, what are you doing?
Zab was at the Classic yesterday. He's probably tired. He had the free golf just like Rico.
Okay, so I got a message. This is FYI. Rico is playing with his dad and his brother at the Classic.
Some
yesterday.
fucking things.
Boy.
Some things.
Yes, some things. A family-free affair.
nice.
This is disgusting.
Must be nice.
Disgusting.
Some things. That
I
sounds
want
like a
this on the
beautiful- That's what the
record.
Barstool
It's a
Classic's all about.
boondoggle.
That's what the
It's
Barstool
a
Classic is all
boondoggle.
about.
Big time boondoggle.
It's a company event.
I have to leave because I got to catch a flight because me and Dan are flying all over doing
I gotta
it.
go to work.
I'm going to say this loud and clear. The negotiations for more pasta, more sauce, more ziti with Rico are done. He will stay at best at his current level. And if I hear one more word from him wanting more, he's getting less.
Hate to see that.
Oh, boy.
Hate to see it.
All right, thank you, Dave. Good luck in West Virginia. Good luck in
And I'm
Cleveland.
very curious to study the numbers on this show.
They're pretty big. Pretty big, although I think they're probably about to dive. All right, so
They didn't
Rough and
die
Rowdy
last
tonight.
time.
Hank, what's up? You want to stay or are you good?
Yeah, I'll talk Rough and Rowdy for a second. I'm going to go.
Yeah, so Rough and Rowdy 15 tonight. I think it's the best card we've had. I think it's the best main event we've had. You have beef with – is Dan still there?
Hey,
Sounds like
I'm
he
a
is.
rider.
Okay.
I'm a rider.
So, I mean, Big Cat, like, I think we can both agree as riders we would never do the pick 'em with Nadu instead of Rico, right?
I think Dan said it. He said it was an interesting
no.
idea.
No, all I'm saying is I know my guy Rico as a rider, as his agent. I know that a bet on yourself moment, when you can have a bet on yourself moment, you take it. If the dude does pick him with us and the numbers aren't good, Rico just made himself a ton of money.
That's true. That is true.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I want to do it. I'm saying as his representation, I will tell him it's not a terrible idea to prove just how much you're worth and basically stick it to Dave. That's all I'm saying.
So, Hank, you'll produce that show, right?
Absolutely not.
Typical
Hank,
Ben.
it's for our guys. It's for the good of our guy. He's going to make so much money from it.
It's also for the
Absolutely not.
company. What if it blows up?
Yeah,
Don't
don't you
care.
work here? Isn't that your job?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So what are you
now-
doing?
I actually
Don't
work here.
buy-
I don't work here for
Dude,
2 months, make bad picks, and then quit and go
Bad
fucking
picks?
run home.
You mean the show that had better ratings than your boy, right?
Nadu, this is when you make mistakes, Nadu. When you make mistakes, you don't go at Hank. If you go at Hank, I'm going to have to start getting upset.
This-
So please, he's a made man. He's a made man.
But I'm not
You
going to
respect that.
excuse his
You respect
behavior.
that.
He's done shit that's bullshit.
No, but you respect. No, but you.
I'm a
respect
company
that.
man. I didn't quit the company.
Well, I
that would
like
be
my
the
guy.
opposite
Well,
of a
okay,
company
let me
man.
ask you-
Fact
okay.
or fiction?
I would like
He's
for you
part
to
of my
produce it.
crew,
Would you
Nadu.
do it?
Nadu,
What?
he's part of my crew.
Okay,
He's
and I'm
part of
asking
my
him,
crew,
what-
Nadu. You don't. I want to have to put a whack out on you.
No, I would like for him to be there. He works here. I would like to see him do it. He's a good producer.
Okay, just watch. Just so you know, he's a made man. You know that shit. I know that you
Yeah,
respect
but
that.
hey, well, I'm not going to say what happens sometimes to made men. You know,
Nadu.
Oh my God!
God damn it,
Oh,
Nadu.
my God,
I'm
I
not saying
gotta
nothing
go.
else.
I can't. I
won't say anything
I
else.
can't
I'm
be
done. I'm
seen
done.
here.
All
I
right.
can't be seen here. I can't be seen here.
Safe travels, Dan. All right. So Why don't you? We'll talk to Hank in a second. Why don't you hit the first ad while we got all the people here?
Showtime pay-per-view and most valuable promotions.
You ever seen one of these ad reads?
Present Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley, a 5-fight pay-per-view event in Jake Paul's hometown of Cleveland, Ohio. This professional boxing card will take place this Sunday night, August the 29th. This action-packed pay-per-view telecast will be produced and distributed by Showtime Pay-Per-View, beginning live at a special time of 8 p.m. Eastern. And the Barstool Sportsbook is the official sports betting partner of Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley, and will have tons of ways to bet fight night along with special boosted odds and featured bets. The main event will feature renowned content creator and undefeated pro boxer Jake the Problem Child Paul and former UFC champion Tyron the Chosen One Woodley, with Dan and Dave getting in on the action ringside. Tickets are on sale now and can be purchased at rocketmortgagefieldhouse.com. So order now. Go to the Showtime app or showtime.com/pay-per-view and watch the event live on any supported device. The event is also available via all major cable, satellite, telco, pay-per-view providers for the low price of $59.99.
All right, let me ask you a question. Are you more – because it seems like you are pro Rico. You're a writer, right?
Yes.
You're pro Rico. Are you also anti-Jeff Nadeau? Feels like there's a little bit of that too.
Well, yeah, I mean, anyone that talks shit about me, I'm anti. So, yeah.
I haven't
Jeff
talked
Nadeau
about him for months.
Have you or have you not
And I've
talked
also
a
said many
considerable
times,
amount of shit about
You're
me?
a very talented producer.
But
Yeah,
you've also been like, you're a fucking rat, scumbag piece of
because you
shit.
were at the time.
No, but that's not
You're
like something.
co-signing a fucking group that talks shit about me all the fucking time. What do you want me to say?
That's the answer to Brandon's question. Anyone that talks shit about me, I don't like. So
That's
like,
fair.
that's the
Fair.
answer.
It's a fair
That's fair.
answer to that question. So when Jeff gets added to pick him, which I think is going to happen very soon, you're just going to have a guest producer that week?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
too
Or
bad.
maybe forever.
Well, you gotta respect the man
That's
sticking
fair.
to his code.
I think he's one of the better producers here. It's a shame he won't be on it.
I think that goes without saying. But
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
It's too bad.
too bad, Hank.
I'm gonna make my play Barstool Rough and Rowdy picks tonight, and then I'm gonna leave, and I'll let you guys keep doing your
Hey,
show.
college football game?
College football game is live. Over under.
It's live.
Up. It's up now.
College football game on
It
Play
starts today. It
Barstool. It's
starts
going to be
Saturday.
huge. That's going to be huge all fall.
Make your Rough and Rowdy picks. Make your play Barstool picks. I think we'll just do the main fights. Supreme Patty, dude. The guy that I guess it was Fauci. Like I posted that World Star video.
Right.
Like I follow World Star accounts on Instagram just for the videos, and then they naturally posted a Rough and Rowdy clip last night, which was awesome.
Beautiful.
Supreme Patty versus Fauci. The guy Fauci has like
Dan Rue.
5 million followers, but I guess the guy in his entourage is like a huge, low key. Supreme Patty versus Dancing Dan is like 10 million YouTube subscribers going at it.
Wow.
Like
Damn.
it's like one of those things where it's like I think a lot of the Barstool world doesn't understand how big of an audience these people have, but it's like pretty fucking big.
No, they both are huge. I've known both of them for a long time.
Who's going to win that fight?
I think Supreme Patty, but I don't know. What do you think, Big Ev?
I think Supreme Patty like pretty easily. So Marty went and did a video with Dancing Dan.
Right.
That dude signed up for this fight like 8-9 days ago, so he's been training for less than 2 weeks. Supreme Patty's been training for months. He looks good. He's definitely thicker. They're about the same height, I believe. Dancing Dan, I think he can dance very well. I've seen he's a great dancer. I'm sure he's a decent athlete. I don't know how well that fight doesn't hurt in the boxing ring, but I don't think it necessarily helps. Really skinny guy. I think Supreme Patty by TKO.
What do you think?
That's what I think.
What do you think about our sweet prince, Chef Donnie, tonight?
I'm worried about Chef Donnie, but I think he's gonna do it. He's just like he's a sucker for pain. He loves it. He does all types of training. This dude, especially in boxing, like you guys know, it's like muscles don't matter as much. And if anything, they like hurt you because it's just like
Flexibility and all that. Yeah.
Gets caught up. So I got Chef Donnie by decision. I think that's going to be an absolute war. I think Donnie's got the stamina. I don't think it's going to be a knockout. Like I don't think that guy's going to knock Donnie out. I don't think Donnie's going to knock him out. Donnie's probably going to be a little bit better technically.
Yeah.
So if I was making my pick, Chef Donnie by decision. Obviously, when you do decision in the Play Barstool app, you go rounds. And then Bobby Lang. I've been thinking about this fight.
You worried about him a little bit?
I'm very worried about him. I've been thinking about this fight for probably like 4 weeks, a month over that. Because I follow him on Instagram. I've known him for a while. He's from like my area of where I grew up, South Shore, Massachusetts. And he's like a local legend. Like kids that I knew about Bobby Lang before he ever fought in Rough and Rowdy. Like he like was a kid that played hockey and was like the hothead. Like you don't want to be on his team. You don't want to be playing against him because he'll just fucking bundle you, fight you, like do all that dirty shit.
Right.
He just hits so hard, but he keeps his hands wide open. Like he posts these training videos and like he hits like a brick, but his arms are down here. And if Pac-Man's athletic, which he obviously is,
I mean, he's probably top 0.5% of athleticism in the world.
Right. So it's like if he can kind of like pick him apart a little bit and keep like just hit him in the head, like I'm worried about Bobby Lang.
Yeah, and
that fight could go either way though. I really don't know.
Pac-Man is another guy that just throws hands for fun. I mean,
Right.
this isn't Jose Canseco like pumping himself up. Pac-Man just throws hands on a Friday night.
But Bobby Lang can hit so hard, like you get hit and you don't even realize.
I don't know, but
and then you
he's a
get like
tough dude,
paralyzed.
too.
Yeah, but you got that quick twitch.
And he likes to get hit.
You
Like,
got
he's
that-
like
tough
that
dude.
sick fuck that
You
like,
got that
enjoys
quick
it.
twitch NFL DB. Like, it's going to be hard to hit him, man. It's going to be hard to hit him.
I literally can't wait. This is the most excited I've been for Rough Riding. Maybe more than Billy and Canseco, because that one was like more like what's going to happen. Like this is
that
just
was
gonna
pure
be
spectacle, whereas
yeah.
this is pure fighting kind
Right.
of. All right.
Well, it's kind of like it's like that ultimate thing you talk about, like people, like you literally get like a normal dude who's not a normal dude. He's like a real life, like tough man.
Yeah.
Versus literally a phenomenal athlete who's also a tough motherfucker.
Yeah, I
They're
love
gonna
it.
get in there and throw hands.
It's a great, and by the way, every interview Pac-Man does, just a gigantic lip in
Massive.
every single time.
Absolutely massive.
Just a fucking hog. All right, Hank, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Good luck.
Yours and you are still the biggest of riders, you say?
I'm the #1 rider now and forever.
Okay, thank you. That's #1 rider, Hank. Appreciate it, Hank. Good luck. Safe travels to you as you go to West Virginia to do work, which is, again, what some people have chosen not to do today. So how do you think that went, Nadu?
I probably said a little too much sometimes, but
You do that a lot.
I like. Well, look, sometimes you got to defend yourself.
You get in the mix, and you don't know how to – you don't play politics very well.
Well, you got to defend yourself.
Oh, I don't
sometimes.
play politics very well either, so don't worry about it.
You got to
But
defend yourself. You
yeah.
know?
Why don't you hit ad number 2, and then we'll just go into we'll talk some sports, we'll talk some gambling, we'll talk college football, because it is week 0, baby. Go ahead.
All right, well, huge weekend of sports. We talked about R&R 15 Friday night. We got the Showtime boxing card on Sunday, but we've got the final NASCAR regular season finale at Daytona International Speedway Saturday night. Daytona always delivers incredible racing at speeds over 200 miles per hour, and you know there will be wrecks and drama to come at this famous super speedway. And the Barstool Sports book is offering exclusive bets for you to get in on all the action and win big. A lot to bet on with NASCAR, so stay tuned for our bets later this week, and be sure to tune in to the NASCAR Cups Series at Daytona International Speedway this Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern on NBC.
All right, my national championship pick just went live on Sportsbook. I'm picking Oklahoma, plus 600.
Did you get it boosted?
No, I don't think I got it boosted. This was just me telling my pick and everything.
Okay.
Laurie Markkinen just got traded to the Cavs, by the way.
Yes, he did.
Three-way deal with the Trailblazers, the Bulls, and the of course the Cavs. So I don't know what all is involved in that.
Larry Nance went to one of them, and then I think Derek Jones. I think was a part
I
of it as well.
swear, coming out of Arizona, I thought Laurie Markkinen was going to be what Luka is. Maybe not an overall playmaker, but certainly a scorer. I thought he was going to be 25, 30 points a night. I thought he was going to.
I mean, he can score.
He's-
he can shoot it.
But
Stretch.
he can't do anything else, right? So-
He's tough on defense.
He's certainly not a value. He's not that valuable of a piece.
And rumors are, the Sixers are going to keep Ben Simmons.
Really?
He's not. He's going to be on the roster at the beginning of the year. Are you
We'll see.
fucking kidding me with this?
I don't know. I didn't make the decision.
How long are we going to do this?
I don't know. You keep banging your head against the board and hope it breaks. It's kind of like what you're doing, trying to get back in the Barstool.
Let's just move on.
Okay,
We're here. Let's talk football.
Here's the thing.
Football.
Certain guys are on team Nadu. Certain guys are on team Rico. All right.
Do you have a lean?
I'm team Brandon fucking Walker.
I agree.
I don't give a fuck about either of y'all. I'd lock y'all in that pod room 1 and let you kill each other and just drag out whichever body. I don't care. But I'm team.
would do that.
I'm team. Shut the fuck up already, both of you. More his side than yours. I'll admit that. But I'm definitely team Brandon Walker. I don't care about either one of you. But I got a show to do. He's entertaining. You're pretty good, so I'm fine. I like when either one of you are in the chair. All right, what do you want to talk about? We talked about college football yesterday. It's week 0. We can give away our picks, I guess, for tomorrow. I've already got mine. I don't know. Did everybody bring their college
Yeah, and I think
football picks?
did you bring what we talked
Yeah,
about
I got
yesterday?
a couple things. Yep.
All right, so
You,
yesterday we gave out our Heisman winner. We gave out our national champ. We gave out our most disappointing team. You have all 3 of those?
I do.
All right, why don't you give me – who's going to win the national title then?
Oklahoma.
Oh, God damn it.
I'm very high with you on that. I took it 8 and 9 to 1.
Yeah.
Look, defensively has always been the problem for them, and we're not going to keep hashing out. We know they have a better defense this year. Rattler's the best quarterback in the country.
That's incorrect.
Well, he's right there.
He's right there. He's a top 3 quarterback in the country.
As far as the teams in
Yeah.
the top 5, he's the guy I want. We don't have to worry about them. They're going to score points. They're going to go to the Final Four. It's can they match up defensively with the Alabamas and the Clemsons? I think they're going to be right there. The price is ridiculous. I think it should be 5 or 6 to 1. I'll gladly take 8 or 9. I think Rattler, I'll go chalk, but I'll also throw out JT Daniels, who you and I talked about. I think he's going to have a terrific season. And Max Johnson, I heard, is getting a lot of sharp.
Walker does not has been
no.
anti-LSU. I'm pro
And
LSU being good,
and I get that.
He's been going at it.
But he is getting a lot of sharp action. A lot of good bettors are taking him. I think he.
I'm
could
not willing
vote.
to go Heisman though. What was it? His odds are crazy.
It's got to be
100-1.
Yeah, it's got to be huge. I mean, listen, what were Burrow's odds going in?
200 to 1. Burrow's 200 to 1.
What was Devontae Smith?
Exactly.
So I mean,
Fair.
the Heisman is not a top 10 favorites award.
He's
It's
going to have the opportunity. The price is way too high. He's going to have a big time
Yeah,
shot.
I think the LSU starting quarterback, he's going to be in enough key games.
Yep.
I just don't know. He's a true sophomore, right? And he's got one great receiver. The running game's not going to help him that much. They're very
The O-line was average last year, but they got
LSU
everybody back.
For LSU standards,
one
they
transfer.
just got guys at running back. They don't have like the scary guy. They certainly don't have Fournette or even a Darius Geis. So it's going to be all on his shoulders. And you're talking about, how does it circle back? At Alabama?
Schedule's tough.
That has a chance to be an embarrassing game.
Yeah, you're right.
These, when you play an elite Alabama defense at Alabama, you go in with these Heisman hopes. You end up throwing
Fournette had that happen.
125 yards and 3 interceptions. You're done.
Right.
So
It kills you. But he could also go in there and throw for 340 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, but I don't think he's Joe Burrow.
Right.
I don't think he's
He's
Joe
young,
Burrow.
too.
But at
True
100 to 1,
sophomore.
it's worth the shot. to
It's
me,
100.
you know?
Sure.
I do think, I know it's a sad take because I hate what happened to Miles Brennan, but it is probably good for LSU for Max Johnson to just be the starting guy, him get all the number 1 reps heading into the year, because that quarterback thing was going to be a thing that lingered into the season if Brennan hadn't gotten hurt.
Yeah, it really was. Marty Mush will be here Monday, and shout out to Marty. He's continuing with Walk the Line. I had my last Walk the Line episode at 11 o'clock today. It's a show that none of you watched. But Walk the Line ended at 11. I'm out. I think he's starting Mush the Line on Monday. He'll have certain guests from inside Barstool, maybe outside Barstool. It'll be on the same studios, same everything.
Same social,
everything.
everything.
Same social, same everything. He's continuing it. So please continue to support Marty in that. He'll be great by himself, and whatever he puts together, he's a talented guy. It'll
That
be
was
fantastic.
your first show, right?
That's the show that got me to Barstool. Yeah, so April 10th, 2019, Dave called me from. I was at Texaco in Fulton, Mississippi. He was at headquarters too in the radio room. He called me, said, "I want to hire you." I said, "Okay, hire me." We talked money, and he hired me, and then said, "All right." Oh, I said, "What do I do?" And he said, "Start a gambling show right now. Do the gambling show you did yesterday, but do it for me." I said, "Well, give me a day. I gotta talk to the guy that got me hired at this other place, and I don't want to end that relationship." He said, "Nope, you hired with me. It's maximum impact right now." Of course, he was right. He knows what's going on. 2 hours later, I hung a Barstool Gambling behind me, started Walk the Line. I think in the first show, somebody said, "Call it Walk the Line," and that was my first show. That's the show that got me to Barstool.
Now look at you.
But I mean, it's not now. Look at me. Like I'm just trying to put things around the board. What works, what
Yeah,
makes sense.
doing a great job.
With college football coming around, it's I have an opportunity to do something that's going to be pretty fun. So it is what it is. Anyway, follow Marty and keep supporting him and all that he does with that show. Heisman winner. You said Max Johnson. Disappointing team. Who's the disappointing? Me and Big Ed both said Notre Dame, I believe. I can't remember.
I said Florida.
You said Florida.
This is a tough one for me because I think there are so many really good teams in America, but I'll throw one out that I have some question marks about. A&M.
Really?
Yeah, they have 4 new offensive linemen.
Yeah, that's tough.
They have a freshman quarterback, a guy that, look, all freshmen always have great hopes, but there's going to take some growing pains there. Maybe some early interceptions. They lose their top tackler. They lose their top defensive lineman.
Well, no, they didn't lose.
Leal's still good.
They got Leal.
Well, one of their all-SEC linemen.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
Not their top, let's say.
Defense should be good.
Yeah, and the defense would be fine. I just think if we're grasping for straws, which, I just don't think there's a lot of really bad teams. I think UNC will be good. There could be an opportunity where they could slip up, maybe Iowa State, but Texas A&M I just think is a little too high to me.
I feel that about Notre Dame and Indiana where they are.
Indiana's a great one.
Yeah, and I feel that about LSU. What are they? 16th? That's ridiculous. They went 5-5. last year.
They're 5-5, but I think that this is the one we're battling on. I think LSU is going to be really good. I like Max Johnson. They've got a lot back on the O&D line.
We also hired you from Baton Rouge Sports Radio.
Well, that's true too. I worked for the LSU flagship. That's a true point. But I just think the Scott Linehan and Bo Pelini were the worst coordinator. I mean, I don't know if O thought he was in 2002 or whatever. Those coordinator hires last year were atrocious, and I think there's nowhere to go but up.
But you don't know that the new one's any better.
I know Pete's is associated with putting Joe Brady's offense in, and they made – I don't know how the hell T.J. Finley played over Max Johnson last year. That was one of the stupidest damn decisions I've ever seen. Yeah. I mean, literally, if they'd have put Max in there – I mean, you saw Finley at Auburn. Freaking good God!
How does your body and face do these things?
Like that. He just spazzes.
Like right when he
gets excited.
When he gets, it's just a. you just shut down and like your voice. It's unbelievable. It's beautiful.
It's like talking with my whole body.
A&M, I don't really look at the rank. Where are they ranked?
6th.
Yes,
Six.
6.
You don't think that's ridiculous?
Not really.
I mean, they finished
But
top
at the end
5
of the day,
last year. though.
Are you really looking at them and saying they can win the national title?
Look behind them though. Notre Dame's 7. They have the least of returning starters maybe of anybody in the country.
But the golf and talent in the top 3 or 4 to those teams.
That is what it is. I mean, I think it's 5 this year. I think the golf and talent is after 5. It's you have Clemson, Ohio State, Alabama that are always there, and then you add in Georgia, Oklahoma,
Yep.
and there's the golf. And you wonder, because Iowa State, yeah, they're pretty
ton
good.
of experience, but can they deal with this kind of hype? They've
They
got
also
a ton
lost to
back,
UL
though.
Lafayette last year, you know?
Yeah.
And they've never had a 10-win season. either.
Right. So
Yeah.
so it's like 6 through 10 is all, yeah, I think so, but I'm not sure. All of them. So I don't know. By the way, Nadu, I don't know if you want to know this update. The numbers were definitely big because Dave was here today. Dave left, I'm going to say 20 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. Numbers still really big. Numbers
Well, that's
still.
great.
Numbers holding. Pretty good. There goes Tyler O'Day.
Last stand. Fare thee well.
Yeah. So, what do y'all want to talk about? We got. I could take calls. I don't know.
I feel like we should talk about tomorrow's games.
Tomorrow. That's right. It's week 0. Thank you very much.
Some
Let's do
picks.
that. Let's talk about, I guess, the marquee game, such as this. Thank you very much for getting me on track there, Big Ev. I appreciate that. The marquee game is, in fact, a Big Ten conference game. Now, 2 years ago, we got Florida-Miami. That was a great week 0 game.
Yeah.
This isn't that.
No.
This is, but I'm going to watch the shit out of it.
Yeah.
It's Nebraska, Illinois, and these are 2 interesting teams for different reasons. Illinois hires one of the most interesting coaches in the country in Brett Bielema, who succeeded very well at Wisconsin in the Big Ten, then tried the SEC, and his style of play just didn't really work with the caliber of athletes he was able to get down there at Arkansas. But he's at Illinois, and now you got Nebraska. Scott Frost has got a whirlwind of shit going on out there. They also have a quarterback, Adrian Martinez, who 2 years ago we're talking Heisman for this guy, and he ends up falling off the map a little bit. He's a post-hype sleeper. I think they got a talented quarterback. Big Ev, I'll let you take this because you have a take on this game.
So me and Jeff were talking about before the show started, kind of how all week, I think I guess basically just all like month, basically, I feel like all I've seen is just Illinois with the points, Illinois with the points, Illinois with the points. And I think it's really, I think people just aren't excited about either of these teams, and they're just thinking, oh, they're home, they're getting 7, Bielema, I'll take the points. I think it's almost become such like I feel like I don't know the exact numbers. I almost have to imagine it's a public dog. I think I like Nebraska. I think I'm going to take Nebraska and lay the 7. You talked about Adrian Martinez.
Right.
We talked about Scott Frost's. I'm not a Scott Frost believer, but he's desperate. He's coaching for his job. This is probably it. If they have a shit season, he's probably out the door. So I think I'm leaning Nebraska here. I think I'm willing to take a chance on the better quarterback, just a team that I think is more put together with what they want to do. Whereas Brett Bielema doesn't have the guys right now to run the kind of offense that he wants to. Peters doesn't get me excited. They don't really have a ton on offense, especially, that's getting me excited about them. I think I like Nebraska.
I think sometimes a game can come down, especially when you're trying to handicap it, it can really come down to the coach-quarterback combination because neither team is sexy on defense. Illinois brings back, I think, 10 starters, but they weren't any good. So, but the coach-quarterback combination, and going to this, do I trust Brett Bielema in his first game along with Brandon Peters? Not really. Or do I trust Scott Frost, who hasn't done great, but Adrian Martinez, this is now their 3rd year together on the road. They're not going to be scared of anything. I think I lean towards the experienced quarterback with the coach who is further along right now. So I agree with you. It's a good take. I'm not going to take that pick. I'm going to go a different way. I'm going to bet it on total. But yeah, I can't believe we're talking about Nebraska, Illinois. And enjoying the shit out of it.
And can't wait.
Right.
Cannot wait.
Well, it's like that Central Arkansas game last year, the first game.
Yeah.
It was that FCS game.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it was one of the most watched FCS games literally ever.
And
It's
then
football.
I think the more interesting game though tomorrow is non-Power 5 team against Pac-12 team. It's UCLA Hawaii because I think Chip Kelly might soon remind us, oh hey, by the way, guys, I could be a top 10 coach in the country when I'm really rolling.
That's how I feel.
He's
next Saturday.
When he
LSU,
was
UCLA.
when he was going to Oregon, I mean that's a top 5 coach in the country. There was no doubt. He goes to the NFL. The bloom is off the rose, and he hasn't put it back together. But I mean, you don't just forget how to coach. So I think now with an experienced quarterback, but Hawaii, they're not bringing back nothing.
I think they're a team.
Spread's 18, by the way.
I think they've lost their way offensively, Hawaii. I think they're an identity crisis team as far as when they were under way back the Chows and the June Jones and even recently with Rolovich and those coaches. They were more dynamic, up-tempo. They threw the football a lot. Graham comes in. It's a weird hire. I don't think it makes a ton of sense. Their pass play percentage went down 10% last year. I feel like Chevin Cardera is the guy that I want to throw the football.
Yeah.
They've got dynamic receivers. I just think they have a bit of an identity crisis. I don't really know what they are. I think they're going to struggle, and I said to him with the athleticism that UCLA is going to possess, they're really stacked on both sides of the football. It's time to finally everything to come together. They have Charbonnet in the backfield now. They're going to have a run game. But you make the comment, it still is Hawaii, and it still is a team that's plucky. They're not.
Well, they also changed a little bit. Like you think of Hawaii, you think of you think of a big, good-looking quarterback, 4 and 5 receivers running all over the field. They changed that offensively, but they've also changed defensively because you think of a team giving up 40, 50 points a game and winning shootouts. They were a lot better last year.
68 struck me as a tad high in this game. I will say I think ultimately I probably won't play it. But I think UCLA is a real team to keep an eye on. And this is not UNLV or a team from the Mountain West that's no good. This is a good football team, and it strikes me as like a 38-21-ish type of game, which would kind of put it right.
Well, I'm trying to decide as I get back into college football mode, does it matter to me that they play LSU next week? Does it matter to me when I'm betting the spread? Does it matter? Am I going to talk myself into thinking UCLA's up 28 in the third quarter, DTR comes out of the game because you got to get ready for LSU, 14 points backdoors you?
I think a couple of these games.
You take the first half because of that instead, Brandon?
I don't know that I don't know.
First halves are weird week 0 and week 1.
Right.
The offenses start slower usually.
Over the last,
I don't love the first half just because of what you said. I don't.
And I'll just say this, and this is obviously something we all know. Hawaii is dreadful on the road, truly.
Yeah. No, the Hawaii's like the Colorado Rockies. When they're on the mainland, go against them, but when they're at home, they got a weird home field.
They're 12-20 over the last 32 road games. I think it's 5 years. They're just really bad.
UCLA hasn't won a non-conference game since 2017.
Yeah.
Is that crazy?
Kelly did, in Chip Kelly's defense,
they're playing good teams.
Jim Moore left that shit on fire with the Rosen at the end of that era. Kelly had to play all freshmen, so these guys do got a ton of experience. He had to try to raise this thing from the ground. And part of having a young team, they lost a ton of close games because they hadn't figured out how to win.
And now it's all come together, and there's a lot expected. There's a lot of, with the quarterback, with the coach. And I think Hawaii, again, is in an identity crisis. I don't think they know what they're doing on offense right now.
I just believe in DTR. Like, he showed a lot of progress last year as a passer, his efficiency. I just think that's a big deal for someone who's athletic as he is and is such a threat in the run game. And like Jeff said, bringing in Michigan with Charbonnet, obviously over a Big Ten guy, he's a solid running back. And Chip Kelly, he likes to run the football.
Yeah,
even the high tempo,
loves to.
up-tempo, he loves to run the football. And I think that's a big deal as well.
Michael James led the Pac-12 in rushing.
That's
2
what
years
I'm
in a
saying.
row.
I like UCLA.
I threw this out to them before the show. I'm going to throw it out to you real quick. I think this will be, when you talk about teams like Hawaii, you talk about non-Power 5 teams, group of 5 teams. I think this will be the strongest group of 5 collectively ever for this reason. The NFL factories lost players last year. Alabama, Ohio State, Clemson. But that next tier of teams, everybody's bringing back 19 starters, 20 starters, 21 starters, 22 starters. Everybody's bringing – look at Hawaii's bringing back 10 starters defensively. I think UCLA is too. You look at all the way through college football, if you're not Notre Dame, Oklahoma, if you're not Clemson, if you're not Alabama, you are bringing back the most experienced team you've ever had. And I think that's going to affect some of these early season games, which you're used to beating them by 50. You might beat them by 17 now.
Yep.
Yeah, continuity is going to be big. For Brandon, we discussed this off the air. So for the G5 and a lot of these teams that kind of have the 2- and 3-star recruits and develop them, the continuity of this year, all these guys took the extra year eligibility to come back because they're not big NFL draft prospects.
Right.
So they took the advantage of the COVID situation and they're back, and that's going to help so many of these schools that have that 18, 20 returning starters, and they might be able to compete more early in the season than we're used to.
Big difference in playing a 19-year-old guy you hope develops into something than playing a 22, 23-year-old man.
Exactly.
So it's just a big difference.
No, I mean, that's how BYU's been doing that for years.
Well, they got 28-year-olds with 3 kids.
Exactly.
So do you see this is a little off track, but just because you brought up BYU,
Big 12.
About the Big 12.
I read that totally wrong. I didn't think the Big 12 would add. I thought they would get dispersed throughout the
I
country.
was surprised by that too.
But they're talking about BYU. They're talking about Boise. They're talking about Houston and UCF, perhaps. So
UCF makes sense with Orlando, and they got 40,000 students.
More than that. I think they're the biggest school in the country.
Central Florida makes sense, and Houston
I think
makes
close
sense
to 50, 60.
Houston makes a ton of sense that they're losing Texas, too.
Yeah, I guess. I will never think of Houston football and wonder why Dana Holgerson left West Virginia for Houston.
I'll tell you why. Its name is Tillman Fertitta.
Yeah.
Their biggest booster owns the Rockets and owns the Golden Nugget.
Fine, but
gives money.
Why would you give away a top 35 job in the country to go take a top 75?
You
make
go
more
lateral
money.
or up. You went
To make more money. I guess he likes Texas because he has Texas stuff.
All right,
live in West Virginia.
Let's do our picks for today, and then if we got some time to clean up, we'll clean up. Big Ev, I don't know if we can get the standings up on the screen. Big Ev is still leading, so Big Ev, Marty Mush still just to the Yankees, boys. Double vodka
60 and 40.
60 and 40. Jesus Christ.
Nice
You're up
work.
40 units in baseball this year?
Yeah, I am. Total now, yeah.
But I think we can all agree the story of the show right now is the fact that a week ago I was down 14 units and down below Mega Money, and Giancarlo Stanton has lifted me. Three home run props in a row.
Yeah, crazy.
3. I had Stanton at 385. I had Tatis, and these are good players, obviously.
Yeah.
And then I had Stanton yesterday.
Oh, plus money.
But when it gets hot, you almost have to do it.
Both Stanton's were in the first.
Didn't he hit it in the first inning?
He hit the first inning last night. Yeah, I cashed out at 10 o'clock.
Both of them were his first at bats.
I cashed the one the other day at 3 a.m.
The first one, I'm pretty sure, was the first pitch he saw, if I remember. I was watching.
Otani hit one yesterday, too. In the
Yeah,
first
he
inning.
did.
So, all right, Big F, you're leading us. We got what do we got? 4 days left, so it's going to be a race to see
I mean, Marty's right on my heels.
who gets the cash
Want
here.
this bonus cash, yeah. So just 4 picks today. I got a couple overs, actually. No games till 7. I got the Tigers, Blue Jays over 9.5 today. I got the Red Sox, Indians over 9.5. And I'm going to keep riding the Giants, and I'm going to keep riding the Yankees.
Yeah.
The Giants, for some reason, I feel like I just keep getting great lines of them. For some reason, they were pick 'em and dogs to the Mets all series. I just ate them alive, just all 3 games. Easy. It's not easy sweep, but kind of. They just got it done. I mean, the Mets, Frank was right. The Mets are just,
feeble.
that offense is so bad. They just cannot score. They can't score. They're not playing them today, but don't care. I'm on the Giants, and I'm on the Yankees with Garrett Cole on the mound in
feeble.
Oakland.
All right, so I'll give my picks, and I agree with Big Ev on one thing. I'm on the Giants too, but for a different reason. I'm on the Giants because of the Atlanta Braves. The Atlanta Braves had won 9 in a row, and they've been beating the Orioles. They've been beating teams, and they got their season to where it looked like they could cruise in. But this year, the Atlanta Braves are not a cruise team. Everything's got to be difficult. Everything's got to be hard. They run into the Yankees, lose 2 at home. Now they're running into the best team in baseball. They're running into the best team in baseball this year, and the Braves just aren't that team this year. So I got Giants money line to win that one. And my God save me, I love my preseason unders. And I showed some restraint, only picking 1 today because the books have caught up. They've caught up.
Yeah, early on it was out of control.
The numbers were at 42. They were 41.5. They were 39. Tonight, I don't think you can get one under. Like they're all like 34, 35, 33.5, 31. So if I looked at everything, I said, who are the 2 teams I can trust to not score? How about the one with Jalen Hurts and the one with the rookie quarterback? Well, let's go with that. Eagles, Jets, under 34. And then I got White Sox minus 105. Listen, the Cubs, I just feel like they're going to take great delight in beating the shit out of the Cubs this week. And, hey, he's the hottest hitter in baseball. I don't know why I picked him the first night right when he got hot, but I got lucky there. But I'm riding with him. If he doesn't hit one, I'll stop, but I got to go.
He's made you enough money already. You can stomach the loss.
He's hit a home run every day this week that he's played.
He didn't.
Yes, he did. Monday, Tuesday, day off, yesterday. He's hit a home run every day that he's played this week.
Did he hit one in the middle? Did he hit one the night Tatis hit one?
He hit
too?
Monday, they were off. They were traveling.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Monday,
That's
Tuesday,
right.
off day, Thursday, hit a home run all 3 games. He's got a home run 3 games.
He's the streakiest hitter in baseball because when he's off, he has some of the worst swings I've ever seen in my entire life.
On,
when he's on, he just bomb after bomb.
It's like he's seeing a beach ball at the plate.
It's unbelievable.
And it's violent.
And it's
home
not even
runs.
just home runs. Like it's line drive doubles. It's everything.
And the home runs he hits are just if they hit
No
somebody,
doubters.
they kill him.
They're no doubters.
All right, Ben Mintz.
I got Aaron Nola and Philly laying a run and a half at home against Arizona. Chicago White Sox by 1.5 at home against the Cubs. I agree with you, Brandon. And I know the Nationals are horrible, but the Mets can't be minus 200 right now against anybody. Plus 170, I'll take a shot on the dog at that price.
What'd you bring here, Jeff Nadeau?
I got one pick. 2-0. The last 2 times I've been here, 2 picks. Today, give me 1 minute. Serie A. I bet Italian League soccer. That's one of my favorite things. Last week, first week, second week coming back. Inter Milan is the best team in Serie A. It's that simple. They are loaded. Dzeko, and now they got Correa up front, Lautaro. This team's just terrific. They're going to score goals. They scored 4 week 1. They play Verona today. Verona is a side that just struggles to defend. Their coach is not a defensive-minded coach. I don't think he cares much about defense. And I don't know if they can score going forward. I think Inter's really good. I think they're going to put another crooked number up, 2-3-0 today. I'll lay the goal here. Inter Milan over Verona, -1, -103.
Beautiful. Probably the first Italian soccer pick on the show in the show's history.
One of my specialties. So.
Yeah, Italian soccer. Or just
Yes, Italian.
winning picks.
Well, I try to give winning picks, but Italy's my favorite.
All right, I'll let you know when I need you next week. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that develops.
I look forward to it.
All right, that's Jeff Nadeau. Good show today.
Buy R&R, boys.
Yes,
yeah,
buy
Rough and
R&R.
Rowdy 15 tonight. Check it out. College football tomorrow. We've arrived. The Yak is up next.